Microprogrammed control is an alternate to generating control signals by hardware. So in hardware, the signals were being generated by interpreting the contents from the instruction register and the timing signals from the step counter. But this microprogrammed control is a software approach. Here the signals are generated in each step, which is determined by a program which is stored in a special memory. So this control program is known as the microprogram. And the memory on which it is stored, it is on the processor chip and it is known as the control store. And control word this is another terminology which tells you that it is a word whose individual bits represent the control signals for each step in the sequence. We will go more into detail of this where it will be easier for you to understand. And the sequence of control words corresponding to the control sequence for a machine instruction. So this is called micro routine. And in the micro routine, the individual control words are referred to as micro instructions. And all the micro routines for various machine instructions are stored onto the control store. Let us take a look at an example. Suppose I have some instruction, say I1, which corresponds to say add, register, register, register. And this, if I'm talking about a 5-stage organization, so this is having 5 stages wherein each step certain control signals are required. So in T1 stage, some control signals would be required. In T2 stage, some control signals would be required, and so on. So if it is a 5-stage organization, I would be having 5 stages, and in each stage, certain control signals will be required. So for this execution of this machine instruction, this set of micro instructions will be stored in the control store. And each control word, so if suppose there were these many control signals, so the control word is like this. So this is the control word, and each bit is representing one control signal. So like this bit is representing PC in. That means whenever PC in is enabled, the system is able to write in contents into the program counter. So if it is 0, that means it is disabled. PC out is enabled, that means the program counter can be read. Similarly, if you see over here, we have MAR in, read, MDR out. So these are the enabling signals for the individual registers. There is a select for the multiplexer, an add signal which is for the ALU. ZIN and Z out are the enabling signals for the Z register of the ALU output, and so on. This is the WMFC, wait for MFC signal. This is the end signal, and so on. So if there were 5 stages, we would be having 5 micro instructions over here. As you can see, there are 7 micro instructions where in this particular implementation, 7 steps are being required for this particular instruction. That is the hardware implementation. Each control word over here, as you can see, each bit is representing a control signal. So this over here, each control word over here is called the micro instruction, and this whole set of micro instructions for a particular instruction, this is called the micro routine. And this micro routine is stored in the control store, which is a special memory. So all the micro routines for all the machine instructions will be stored in the control store. So here is the instruction register where a particular instruction will be, when it is fetched, it will be put in this instruction register. Depending upon what is the instruction, the starting address will be generated. This starting address will correspond to the address of the micro routine for this particular instruction. So if it is an add instruction, whatever was the starting address of the micro routine of the add instruction, that will be generated. It will point to that address in the control store. So suppose if this is the control store where all the micro routines are loaded. So suppose this was the micro routine for some instruction 1, this was the micro routine for some instruction 2, and so on. So this will generate the starting address of that particular micro routine. Just the way we have a program counter which always points to the next instruction, we will have a micro program counter to correspond to the micro instructions. So whatever is the address of the micro routine, that will be loaded in the micro program counter. This will also have inputs from the clock. So each micro instruction will be pointed to from the control store. That particular control word will be taken out, and depending upon that control word, whatever bits are high, those particular control signals will be generated. As soon as one control word has been executed or taken out, microprogram counter will be incremented by 1 to point to the next micro instruction. Once this is complete, once this micro routine is complete, that means that instruction, that particular machine instruction has completed its execution, and the next instruction fetch cycle will begin, and the next instruction will be brought into the instruction register. So if we have 1 bit for each control signal, this would require a very large control word. Another, and that is called a horizontal organization, where each control signal has a bit. It is seen that many of the signals are mutually exclusive. That means in one particular clock or in one particular stage of the sequence, one of those control signal would be high. Like for an example, the ALU functions. In any given time in stage 4 or in any particular step, only one of the ALU operation would be set to high. So if the ALU operations were 16 in number and we were using 4 bits, we can use 4 bits to identify them. So add can be represented by 0000, sub can be represented by 0001, because at any given point only one of the control signal will be sent to the ALU. Had this been a complete horizontal organization, each add, sub, XOR, each would have had 1 bit for the control signals, and there would have been 16 bits just to specify the ALU functions. Okay, here, because these are mutually exclusive control signals, only 4 bits can be used to represent the ALU function. Look at this F3 group. So these are groups which have been formed: F1 group, F2 group, F3, and so on. These are groups that have been formed which are representing mutually exclusive signals. If we take a look at the F3 group, there are these possibilities. Either there will be no transfer, or memory address register would be enabled, the write operation for memory address register will be enabled, or memory data register is being enabled, temp for a particular temporary register, or yn. If these are the mutually exclusive, that means in this particular group only one signal can be high at a particular stage. So these have been put into one group. So only 3 bits are required for these 5 signals. Otherwise, this would have required 5 individual bits. So this is the whole idea of grouping the mutually exclusive signals so that the size of the control word is decreased. So if we have a minimally encoded scheme in which each control signal has its own bit, that kind of a micro instruction or that kind of a scheme is called a horizontal organization. So each control signal will have its own bit. So suppose there were 20 signals which were control signals which are required in a particular implementation. So then in a horizontal organization, this will be the control word would be of 20 bits. Each bit would have its own, each control signal would have its own bit. And so higher operation, this is possible because we are allowing parallel use of resources and multiple signals can be activated at the same point of time. So this achieves higher operation speeds. However, if we have a vertical organization, so like 20 signals can be encoded in log 20 number of bits, this would be 5 bits. So for 20 signals, it could be encoded in 5 bits. And in each particular, at each point in time, only one of the signals would be activated. So this would definitely result in fewer bits of the control word. And since at any given point only one control signal will be generated, so less hardware is needed to execute the instructions, but however it will result in very slow operating speeds. An implementation like this, where we are grouping the signals together, this is also referred to as the horizontal organization.